Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. So we're going to be doing some modifications and it's going to get crazy because we're going to be adding a lot more horsepower to the silver truck soon. All right everybody, so basically what you see here, what I finally got in are my twin turbos. Sexy little things, aren't they? Now both of these are a hybrid T3 T4 fitting. So if you have a T3 or a T4 exhaust mounts or exhaust header mounts, they will fit. These are custom turbos from Hayani. It is a Japanese company, so yes, Japanese choo-choos. So they are supposedly capable of holding up to 500 horses each. So we'll see how much we can get out of this little 5.2 once we have everything installed. On top of that, I also have my evergreen gaskets that came in at the same time the turbos came in. So I've got everything for the bottom end and the top end. Before we install the actual gaskets, we also have coming in from ComCam a big Mother Thumper K-kit. It's got the cam, rollers, the hardware, and the timing chain that we need. It's going to have a lot of thumpy thump to it. But we also have a lot of hardware still coming in for the turbo. For these, I've got a turbo exhaust manifold coming in for these. Hopefully, someday, we'll be able to get this all done. Oil feed lines, blow-off valves. Basically, we'll go to AutoZone and get some air filters if they have any. We'll see if we can get some cheapos for the time being or we can see if they have cannons. But then we have a few ideas on what we're going to be doing for exhaust-wise. So, and I also have these knuckles coming in for the turbo manifolds to fit on with the turbos so that we can do a little bit of adjusting and see where we can mount it a little bit better. If you notice, I got all the other hardware from earlier in the year. Still have the electric fans here, duals. I've got the e-brake and I also have the AC adapter. So I got all the hardware for the turbos and stuff, gaskets and everything like that. But yeah, we're still waiting for other parts to come in. So what we're also going to be doing for more power is instead of going out and purchasing a new intake manifold, you, and me are going to be modifying my old intake manifold kegger. So basically, three main things you want to really focus in on are the runners. And if you notice, I've got this little kind of line here because what I'm doing is I'm cutting about an inch off right here. And this is going to be cut off 1 inch from each of the runners. And then afterwards, I'm going to take a Dremel tool after the jigsaw that I'm going to be cutting these off. We're going to take a Dremel tool and grind everything and smoothen everything out. Usually there'd be a big solid metal piece that goes from one end to the other in some of these intakes. But this time I was sure enough to be blessed with not that big chunk of metal. If you notice these fuel injector ports, all right, what we're going to do is basically grind this wall right in here, and blend it in with the actual pocket that's here to help with better flow for the fuel injectors. And then we're going to flip it around, and basically what we're going to do afterwards is just clean inside the junk here and stuff. But once everything is jigsawed and scooped out and then grinded down and stuff, and then everything is all ported and stuff. We're gonna wash everything down with degreaser, get all this little gunk crap off from the old gaskets, get all this crap, and then my old Palladium here is still in excellent condition. If this gasket is still good, then we might be able to use it, but I highly doubt it. But we need to get a thinner piece of gasket, because from what I hear, sometimes these gaskets can leak and push out air, and you don't want that. So we're going to do our best to try to get this tightened once everything is done. But this is going to be a couple-day process, so we're going to start. All right. If you noticed, this piece all gone. There are a few items that I did like to use, or that I did have to use in order to cut this metal piece off. But this is what we're going for right here. That's about 1 inch off. Next, I'm going to do some grinding and everything. I'm going to cut the rest of everything off, and then that should be it. Let me explain exactly how much I'm cutting and the tools that I've had to use to cut all of this. Alright, so if you notice, it looks like crap over here because of the edges and everything and all this. Basically, what I'm trying to do is I'm cutting down all the way basically to this little thing here, and I'm going to grind it and level it out. Same for the top here. Going to grind everything down, level everything out, round every corner. Okay, and the tools that I had to use, originally what you want to do is use a jigsaw for something like this. And, well, what I had to use was a handheld little saw to cut some of it, especially when it comes to corners like this. Alright, and then with my Dremel tool. And what I used was the little blade cutter thing, which I think I just broke. Yep, I just broke it. It's fine. I got another one. Then what I did was I cut these two first. I used this Dremel tool to cut this as well. So now this is pretty much day 2. Everything is pretty much done. Now it's pretty much time to clean the entire intake manifold. But if you see, there's, I'm new at this, so if you notice, I tried to curve it and match it with the bulb here, and then same thing with this side here. But if you noticed, I got everything pretty much sitting exactly where I need it to sit. I already ground down everything and, smoothened everything out. So, and then if you look in here, see how I ported the injectors so they have a little bit more clearance. Now it's basically time to flip this bad boy over and get inside here with basically just a metal shine, one of those metal wire tools with the Dremel, clean inside there. And then what I'm going to do is basically dip this in like a big tub or a container somewhat similar to that, if I can get one that's a little bit bigger. I think I have one, and fill it up with hot water and degreaser. Basically what you see now is a dirty, ported, ready to go unit. I decided to keep this metal piece in here because my Dremel tool is broken, so I'm just going to keep it. Tools that I used was a little grinder right here to help grind down everything. I also have over here my Ironton grinding tool. That helped a whole lot with getting most of the, I don't know if it's a hard aluminum or an iron, but yeah, this helped out a whole lot trying to grind down most of the stuff to get what I needed to level everything out. So that helped out, you know, especially with trying to grind down what I wanted to grind down. But it looks like junk probably on video, so video really doesn't do it any justice. Alright, this is basically the next step that we're taking. Is I've got this soaking in water and degreaser. I've got 2 bottles of degreaser that I picked up from AutoZone. And we're going to let this sit for a few hours. While you're doing that and letting it soak in there, in the meantime, while it's soaking, grab you a wire brush and just try to scrub all the crap that you can off of it. I got the Palladium sitting in there as well, the plate. Once everything is done and scrubbed and washed down, we're going to take the hose and really spray it hard, especially when in the ports and the runners and everything like that, and then let it air dry. Alright, here we go. This is what the final look of it is, and this is done. This is the final finished product. So I want to thank you guys for sticking around at the end of the video. I know this wasn't really a tutorial. It was more of what I did for myself to make this intake look better and possibly run efficiently in my silver truck. Hopefully this will help with a little bit more airflow and hopefully a little bit more fuel flow. It all in general, it looks beautiful. If you like what it looks like, and if you have any comments, leave them down below. If you feel like I've cut too much of the runners, or I've cut too much of the fuel injector ports, definitely leave your comments down below and let me know, so that I don't screw up my engine on the silver truck, because this is my very first time doing it for myself. I don't recommend you all out there to do this the way that I did it. I would recommend you doing your own research and definitely following whatever professional is out there. This is something that I'm getting rowdy with for the twin turbo setup. So, but anywho's, if you are new to the channel, definitely hit that subscribe button. Alright, and if you like the video, hit that like button that's down there. Oh, and another thing, if you want to see some more of the videos, definitely hit that bell notification up there, alright, for when I do pop up, because I got a lot more rowdier shit up. Thank you all for definitely sticking around again. We are going to be doing another modification here shortly. While we're waiting for more parts to come in for the turbo kit and for the engine. I've got a set of heads down here that could use a cleaning and could use a good porting as well. So, but yeah, that's it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Alright? Later.